audio?
Everything is good, correct? Audio's good.
You can hear us all? Check, Brad.
Hello, can everybody hear?
Everybody can hear us, right? Put in the comments, let us know, make sure everything's working.
Will can't hear us right now.
Yeah, I can.
You can hear us?
We're good.
Okay.
Can everybody hear this one before we get started?
Maybe this is it.
Well, it's not lagging, so it's a lot better than it was.
I've never gotten a deal.
All right, start it off.
All
Let's
right,
roll.
take 2 of
No, this is
episode
3.
number 4. Huh? Oh, is this 3?
Or 3.
This is 3.
Oh, I didn't even know you did a
4,
second one.
3.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome into episode 14,
15,
Eight.
16.
take 3, or whatever this is.
It's not even including all the other ones that we started.
Yeah.
Do 5 more.
We thought we had internet problems. Turns out we had tech guy problems. Had to take the steering wheel away from him before he threw it at me. So anyway, but
Let's just say it was getting hot in here.
it was getting hot in here. It is getting kind of hot in here. Honestly, I had it planned out perfect, like what I was gonna say and what to go into, but this got me all jacked up. So
Let's start off with
I
Brad.
was gonna say, I guess we'll start in with our normal, go in with Brad's weekend. But
All right. Well,
everybody, we got plenty of drama though to get into. I know that's what everybody's here for.
Yeah, we've had drama to start it off. We'll just keep
I'm
on
about to
rolling
say,
with it.
everybody's being dramatic. We got the computer being dramatic, Chaz being dramatic. These 2 guys are fired up. I mean, it's all.
I
It's
think
all kinds
Beau's
of
a little
crazy.
more fired up than
Beau
me.
is pretty fired
I'm
up.
fired up.
You're
I'll
probably
have-
going to hear Beau talk more tonight than you have in all episodes combined.
I'll have
We'll
a little
see.
more rational opinions on it. Beau might get a little fired up. Though.
I'm just here for the show tonight.
I'm completely rational.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, so for the new ones that are here
Oh,
watching.
it's show and tell
and,
too.
I was going to get to
Apparently-
that part just a second. Hang on.
Apparently, it's show and tell.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was the only one on the panel that raced last weekend. I went back to Farmington Empire Speedway in Farmington for their final show of the season. Just a quick couple things about that. They did their $5 fan night, and the Dirty Right Rear podcast up there worked with a bunch of people, and they had a bunch of giveaways. They had like buckets just full of stuff. People took wing panels, T-shirts. I mean, there was a ton of giveaways they did for the racetrack for their fan night. It was a pretty big success. So it was just really cool night. The track owner even came and talked to me during the night, Daryl Dickerson. And he actually thanked me for coming up there and racing all season and for not getting on the internet complaining. He said he's taken enough ass chewings this year. And he appreciated me coming up there and, racing, which I have had some complaints. He don't watch the podcast out, obviously, because I've had a few complaints about it, but it was just
minor stuff.
just wanting
I
to
was gonna
make
say,
it better.
It wasn't that serious.
It was just I wanted to see it be what I know it could be.
Yep.
And so I really I enjoyed that, and it was a really good night with their fan fest they did was really cool. So
You ran every race, points race? You
no,
ran
I
everyone?
missed 2 of them.
Oh, you missed 2 of them? Okay, I was about to ask you because I didn't know if you'd ran for points. Like where you wound up in
we
points.
missed 2. I did the ASCS show in Batesville, and then they were gone to Knoxville one weekend.
Oh, that's right.
I missed
okay.
that one.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, we missed 2. But Saturday night was the season finale, and we actually they have 100 numbers in their box. We drew a 49, so I was like, all right, it'll be like mid-pack, whatever. So I'm looking through the lineup of numbers that are drawn in. We drew a 49, and that was the very last number that got
Really?
drawn
Oh,
on the
man.
night.
Wow.
So was rewarded with a 6th place start in the heat race. And
you don't get passing points.
Yeah, so we went 6th to 2nd in the second heat race. And so I went 6th to 2nd. The car was really good. Got to 2nd, and the track was still pretty fast. So we were able to get to 2nd on the start. I went 6th to 2nd on the first lap.
Mm.
And so it was just kind of fell in line there. We rode, and Hunter Barrow was pretty fast, and so we ended up 2nd. So I was rewarded with a 5th place starting spot in the feature after all that because I was in the second heat race. And so we rode off with an A main, and this was probably the best the track has been all year. Had a cushion all the way around it. Had a nice little bottom you could hit.
Well, of course it was the best all
And
year. You won.
And make pass. Well, no, I think everybody would say that from some of the ones we had this year. Like that was definitely the best it'd been all year. And,
Yeah.
Do you have tires left at the end of the night?
huh?
You have
Tires?
tires left at the
Oh,
end of the night?
yeah. Actually, they looked better after the feature than they did before the feature. They were a little scuffed up, and they kind of like knocked the scuff off of them, and they looked better after the feature than they did
There you
before.
go.
So it was, and we went, of course, we went 5th, and brought home the big trophy, got first in the A main, and second 410 win of my career. So it was pretty exciting. We had a pretty good year. We had some struggles here and there, and it was kind of up and down. Me trying to figure out the car, me trying to figure out how to drive the car. So to go out and really, we've been working with Brian Beau all year, really, and we talked about some setup stuff Saturday night, and we just made some small little changes, and like that was the best I felt all year in the car, on the track, like all those things. The track was really nice, and it just kind of all.
How come he
worked
wasn't
out.
in Victory Lane pictures?
He wasn't up there.
Oh, come
No,
on.
we were just talking on the phone. Yeah, he wasn't.
Oh,
up
he
there.
wasn't
No, he
there.
wasn't there.
Okay.
We were just talking on the phone back and forth, and so we finally got really comfortable Saturday night, and it just sucks that it was the last one of the season when we got comfortable. So.
Yeah, but I mean, if
that's a good way to end too.
say,
Like
it's
it's
gonna end it one way. That's a good way to end it.
It's a confidence booster, going into the off season, and makes you look forward to the next year starting up. So, I still got 360 shows lined up. We're going to run with Tony Higgins, a couple more shows this year, but we're pretty much winding down now. But that was a really nice way to cap off the Farmington season, and I really enjoyed going up there and racing with those guys and meeting the guys that we race with, and everybody was really nice, and I enjoyed going up there and racing. And maybe it's because I'm not connected to a lot of that stuff that goes on up there. I didn't see any drama or nothing going on, but apparently they have.
I was gonna ask
I'm not connected enough to the people.
I was gonna ask you, do they do it better than we do over here or something?
I
Everybody's nicer in Missouri.
According to Daryl, he still gets his ass chewed a little bit, but yeah, no, I enjoyed going up there this summer, and so I look forward to doing it some more next year too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's fun. Me and Beau and the rest of us, we all shot guns on Saturday.
Oh, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
We had to go get a little practice in, so that's what we did.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I always do a little bit of my iRacing and whatnot, but that's pretty much all we did. We shot for 6 hours? We shot.
Yeah, it was a long time.
We shot for a long time. That's the most I've shot in a long time.
But we're ready now. Y'all come on.
That's when the Civil War breaks out. I'm coming on down.
That's what I'm saying. We're locked and loaded and ready. Everybody from church is ready. I would, just so you know, I would not bounce off into our church.
Don't say the name because they might try. I hate to have to shoot somebody.
Greg's shooting that 9mm from 100 yards.
Yeah, I can hit that board from way down there from 100 yards. I can hit that board with that pistol.
Yeah, he smoke you, so watch out.
That.
I saw a bumper sticker on the way over here. It said, "Think twice because I won't." It's just somebody holding the gun.
That's pretty good. I like that. Yep. What did y'all want to go into first? I kept asking, which order y'all want to go in.
You told us to order earlier.
Yeah, you got some stuff over there.
You want to go into the Rico Tony stuff first?
Yeah.
Well, you said it's about Donnie Schatz and somebody else.
All right, so all right,
knock those out.
Let's go into that because it got pretty interesting. Real quick, I do want to give a shout out to Dason personally. That's Beau's favorite driver. I bought him a T-shirt for sweeping the 4 crown, and
he's one of 4 guys to ever do it.
Yeah. And
Logan,
what was one of those
Stevie.
guys? What was one of those guys? What's his name?
Oh, Kyle Larson.
I'm trying. Okay.
But yeah.
I'll be honest. Watching Dason all this year, it surprised me that he won or swept the whole thing because the guy's got a knack for starting on the pole and finishing last or finishing in the back half of the field. I don't know.
I mean, more so that's
why do you study him? Like what?
It's not that I study him. It's like he's on the front row. How do I not miss him?
To be honest, I knew his name, but I didn't pay the guy a lick of attention. But
the Pella windows and doors really sticks out.
I think it's more his.
Yeah, that logo.
He don't have much wing experience, is why he struggles more so with that. Well, that's what he grew up was in the midgets and the mini sprints and all that stuff. So the non-wings definitely more his realm.
It surprises me that the guy
still trying to get going.
Qualify so well. Yeah. And you can go out. It doesn't matter where he goes, what time he goes out to qualify. He's going to find himself up close to the front. Yeah. And then you just can't.
Qualifying. If you're a gasser though, you can qualify good as long as the car's there. You can qualify good if you're a gasser. But when it gets technical, that's when it gets different. But I don't know. I've gotten more texts from you this year about Persley.
Well, I just noticed him, man.
Can't believe he's up.
Can't believe he's on the pole.
Or if he has a bad night, see, I knew he sucked. Or
it never finishes well. I'm glad to see him actually
from a guy that went from non-wing to wing. He's actually had a pretty good year because not many of them can transition and
I was gonna say
and have a win and things like
Courtney
that.
and Wyndham and a lot of them have a tough time transitioning.
It took Wyndham. I mean, it took Courtney a minute to get going.
Yeah, but
he's also really young.
But when he got going, he got going.
Yeah, he's also really young. So
Wyndham's he has his struggles. He's gotten a lot better this year with Jason than he has in the other couple rides he's had, but it's still a struggle for the transition from him as well.
All right, we're gonna go into the shot stuff. So there was some interesting comments that Chaz made on his show. I want to read some quotes that Tony had said about the breakup,
which was actually on Dale Jr.'s podcast.
Yeah, this was on Dale Jr.'s podcast, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but Tony had said Donnie was in control of the team, and that went down a path we didn't like. We're going to come back to that. Getting the band back together and bringing positivity back.
Yeah, he said that a lot.
And it was a toxic atmosphere with the team and Donnie. However, we were listening to Chaz Monday night or Tuesday. No.
It was maybe like Sunday after.
I can't remember which night it was, but anyway. So Chaz gets on his show and he gets to talking. Apparently, he has had conversations with Donnie, and he said that there was a third party involved that they're not bringing up. And during the show, he slipped up with a name. He was talking about this female, and then finally he said, "Well, maybe it's Misha," and then or the third party. And I don't know if that was on purpose or not. So I did a little digging, and I thought, well, who the heck is Misha? And I've got the picture. I should have had it pulled up. Yeah, here it is. I don't even know how to pronounce this last name. Misha.
I think it's Gerhardt.
Is it Gerhardt?
Yeah.
Geisert. However you say that. And apparently she works with Tony Stewart Racing. So apparently, according to what I'm gathering from Chaz, is that allegedly that Donnie claims she's running the show, and
she's making more decisions, and I guess Tony was letting on.
Yeah.
To a man.
And Tony's putting blame on Donnie. So I don't know. That was a pretty odd thing.
I seen where Tony made. I heard Tony make the comment that Donnie made a lot of the calls. Then somebody made a good point on Facebook that there's no way Donnie Schatz made the call to go to Ford. So I'm telling you, that's where. There's no way, because it was part of the NASCAR thing, and Misha's probably running all that.
Yeah.
Tony Stewart Racing operation. So.
I made some comments on Facebook a little bit about it, about Tony had just swapped to Fords, in the Cup Series at the time, if I'm not mistaken. It was close to that time at least.
Yeah, it was.
And I kind of have a feeling, personally, it may not be true, it's just my opinion, but I kind of wondered if Ford had said, hey, why are these Chevrolets on these sprint cars? Why can't we have our Fords on there?
You talked a little bit about why the Fords were doing better in the 360s.
Yeah.
A couple years back.
Yeah, like about 2014, 2016 era there, man, the Ford in the 360s was the motor to have.
Yeah.
We had two Fords that were stout. I remember there was specifically one night at Riverside, Howard and Derek were behind me, and I don't know if it's a heat race or a feature or what track was hooked up, but our car wouldn't turn for nothing. It was tight. I couldn't get it to turn, and they would run up on me and get close to me, and Dad said down the straightaway when I had it on the floor, he said, I just drive away from it. That was the way I could stay away from them, was because I had so much straightaway speed. And, we won that national race with it. We run at Sedalia with it. We won some pretty good races with them motors. So, I can't knock the Ford, but over time, the Chevrolet just started catching up.
Well, it wasn't,
and they're more expensive too.
It wasn't that they caught up as much as there was an intake difference on the Fords, the intake valve or intake runner, the length.
Yeah.
Something to do with the length or the volume of air that could go in the engine.
Yeah.
Versus, one versus the other, and the rules finally caught up and realized that Ford was getting an advantage, so they modified the rules. If you run a Ford, you have to run something that's going to be equivalent to the airflow that Chevrolet can run.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had a big advantage, I felt like, in that time with the 360s. So I don't know, I don't remember, and y'all might could look it up, but I don't remember what year Tony, Stewart Haas went to Fords. Do you remember?
I don't
remember.
My biggest thing is if Tony's with Ford everywhere else, what's the big deal about going to Ford? It should have been done already.
Yeah.
Why are you running Chevrolets?
I'm not saying it's a big deal. I'm just saying Tony said in the podcast, Donnie was making all the team calls.
Yeah.
Well, I guarantee you, he didn't make the call to go to Ford.
But the Ford wasn't, the Ford, if I remember right, the Ford thing wasn't wasn't to blame in the.
that was the
in
big
But I
thing.
was say that's what everybody was blaming.
That was the
engine.
big thing. That was his biggest issue through it all. I mean,
Most people, because wasn't it this year they swapped back over to the Chevrolet, and they didn't run any better.
They started doing shocks and crew chiefs and tried everything else.
That was my thought. Was Donnie's performance did not change with a change.
No.
Well, I mean,
and Donnie's performance has not changed with a team.
No.
It's Donnie.
No.
Donnie's the problem.
You think he's the problem?
Yes, he's old. I mean, it's not that he's old. He's still a good driver. He's better than I'll ever be.
I tell you what I think it is. I think it's a crew chief.
Yeah,
it could be the crew chief.
I think
Donnie's still good. He just hasn't got matched up with somebody like
but you look at
here's a good example for you. Was Jimmy Johnson have Shaq and House left?
No.
Exactly. Was what about Jeff Gordon and Letarte?
Yep. I mean, it's
or not Letarte. Evernham.
Yeah, I was about to say Letarte was junior.
You know, I mean, that's kind of how I look at it. You had a good pairing, and I don't know what happened to him, but it's ever since he left. I mean, Donnie's just been a non-existent.
There definitely is some of that goes with it. But I will say I mean, y'all been around it. You've been around Donnie. You know Donnie better than I do. Because I mean, I'm pretty new.
We don't know Donnie.
You know who he is. You know his personality though. Y'all been keeping up with sprint car racing for years versus me. You know, a little bit.
I've never had a conversation with him, but he comes across as a jerk to me.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. When you look at Rico and you look at Donnie.
Yeah.
And you hear Tony Stewart talking about positivity, and you just look at the guys standing next to each other, and you're like, yeah.
Rico's more likely to have a conversation with you. I feel like
Rico's a cool dude. Donnie's like sulking about losing tonight.
Well, I mean, 90% of them are that way. Rico's like what they call it, the blueberry and the strawberry patch. Like most of those guys are like that. They're all, when it's time to go racing, they're all dicks. Like they got to win. That's how they make their money. I mean, maybe not so much shots, but still, he wants to run good. And,
I mean, I've heard Dominic Selsley talk about on Sam and his podcast, the Drivers Project, about how cool Donnie is.
Yeah,
you know, maybe he's fine.
A lot of the guys are cool away from the track. So
a lot of them are cool at the track too, though.
Yeah. Well, my other thing too was it's not like.
A lot of them are not. I agree with you on that, Brad.
It's not like, you know, bringing back the Misha thing. It's not like Misha was over there wrenching on the car. It's not like she was sitting there pointing and telling them what to do at the racetrack. It sucked all of a sudden. So I don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
I don't know. The way I took it was she was kind of like the Ford catalyst that got the thing rolling there.
But why would it matter? Like, why would the Ford power plant? I mean, they're not performing less, or people would not run them at all.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not true, because Justin Peck, he got into the Rudine car. So Zeb Wise, they switched to Fords the previous year, and Zeb Wise was like a totally different person. On the track, he was not the same driver with that Ford, and eventually got fired. Justin Peck come in. Peck was pretty hot. You know, he didn't do so hot the previous year, but he was still a gasser. And I've heard him talk about getting into the Ford and how it responded differently. It hit way harder the way he explained it. So they started doing different head combinations on their motor to get the feel he was looking for with the throttle pedal.
Yeah.
And so they had to do a whole lot of development, and they got it. He started winning races about mid-season. They got it developed the way he liked it and the way it ran. He started winning races. Then they started blowing up again. And so now they're trying to like get it back rolling and figure out how to keep it from blowing up and what he likes to feel.
Yeah, I get that.
And so
I definitely get that. And they are going to drive different. I mean, your torque curves and power.
I was going to say I've run both, and they do act different. And I think that was something that caused us to struggle a little bit when we was kind of going back and forth between the Chevrolet and the Ford. Is that some things we might do with the Chevrolet we couldn't do with the Ford. You know, we didn't know that at the time. You know, we were still. I mean, think 2014. I was only 2 years in. And you know how long it takes to figure stuff out with the same stuff. So, you know, swapping back and forth, I'm going to say that wasn't helping us run. You know, so while we were so tight that night at Riverside, well, if, you know, Chevrolet been on the car, we might have been better. You know, so who knows? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but how do y'all think Rico's going to do next year? Y'all think
excellent. Better than he is now.
Basically just taking his program and putting it inside Tony Stewart's shop, and Stewart will bring his funding and resources, and they'll have like a super Elon Musk billionaire team.
Be a mega team, I think.
Billionaire.
I think so too.
You know.
How many races do you think he'll win?
Well,
how many has he won this year?
He's won 17.
I was going to say he's won 17.
So I heard in an interview, he said he was shooting this year for winning 25. So I mean, there's no reason why he can't do that
he'll
next
get it
year.
next
when
year.
You can.
But I will say there's still a lot of money going into other cars too, and there's other drivers out there that are hot, and they're only going to get better. And then,
I mean, I think next year it'll be, if Reitzel can stay healthy, it'll come down. It'll be Reitzel Rico High Limit show. I mean, Reitzel should be there.
Don't
this
forget
year,
the drama from
but
a month or two ago. We might have gravel over there in the high limit. So
I don't see gravel going to.
I don't either. I honestly don't think he could keep up, but
I will say,
personal
when
opinion.
I saw,
I'm just playing.
I say now you just play.
Yeah, I will say when I saw that Stewart and Rico were teaming up, that was the first time since the whole split that I thought, man, the Outlaws really might be in trouble.
I was just about to say
there's two other unknowns. You don't know what Gio's got going on. You don't know what Sheldon's got going on. And like if those two jump ship, I mean, that's very, very scary.
And Chaz made a good point. The same show I was talking about, he made a good point about Lil Odd, about how Outlaws kind of done him dirty a couple times. They tend to help Gravel out a little more, and that's why Gravel put out that shirt today. I think it was called the Golden Boy or whatever. So I kind of see him not being loyal to the Outlaws anymore. And if that is the case,
whose
Outlaws got left?
It's a massive off season for the Outlaws. Like it really does feel like make or break. I never thought I would say that, but like it really does.
It's crazy.
Make or
and
break.
If they don't make big changes, it's pretty sad to see him go because that's a legacy.
I remember saying when High Limit first came out, when they were doing the whole 12 race thing, and they all met up in Knoxville or wherever it was. I don't remember. It may have been Eldora. I don't remember. But I remember when they had approached the Outlaws about basically running together or doing something together, and they only gave them the 4 shows. I remember saying even then, I said that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Because now you just created an enemy.
Yep.
And
then you can go back, like as business guys, we go and study Flow and how they're and High Limit have teamed up, and it's like that is.
And I'm fantastic. Not totally convinced that ever since then, Sweet has not wanted to absolutely crush them.
Why wouldn't he?
I don't know why he wouldn't.
Well, I mean, basically that's what happened. I mean, once that they wouldn't let him run the 12 races. What the crazy thing about that is even if the Outlaws would have said you guys can run all 12, none of them would have done it.
No,
because they already run 90 races a year. They would have probably ran the 50s and the 70,000s, but the 20,000s, most of them wouldn't even ran those because they don't want to run 100 times a year. They're already running 90.
Yeah.
So it was dumb. You could have just opened it up and let them have at it.
It's just a freedom thing. It's just the freedom of choice to, hey, if you want to come do it, go do it. That's fine. It's cool with us. If you work together,
face too, when Flow or when High Limit comes out and says, "Y'all want to race there? Go, come on, go." Do whatever you want.
I know I could talk about it for hours because I kind of understand too where the Outlaws were coming from in the beginning because High Limit was sort of piggybacking off their shows. Like if it was a Wednesday night show, they were within an hour and a half, 2 hours where the Outlaws were going to be that weekend. So I see where his argument was about I got to protect my brand and my product, but in the end, you've actually hurt your product. You put your product and brand in danger by not just allowing them to do 12, and none of them would have done it anyways.
I think he underestimated who was running the show though, and what they were capable of.
There was.
Yeah, because I mean, there's been they've had 2 challengers in the past, USA Series and NSL. But none of them had the type of. They didn't have streaming back then.
Well, that Flow. I was saying, I've been studying the Flow and High Limit.
And you didn't have Kyle. You didn't have Kyle, and
that was huge.
Flow and Kyle and all them coming together. Like it's the different animal than what you had with the NSL and the USA back in the '90s.
No.
And so, like I said, it feels like they've overplayed their hand. And it's a very dangerous spot for them to be in.
It's also more expensive to follow the Outlaws. Then you can follow High Limit for $150 a year, and then you want to buy into Outlaw.
It's actually it's more now. Mine renewed, and mine was like $225, I think. What do you mean? It's still cheaper.
That's because they got to pay them drive.
But yeah, it's up to like $220.
But that's still cheaper. What is dirt to get a Dirt Vision pass? Is like $400 a year.
$300. I thought it was about $300 a year or whatever.
It's $325 or something. So like $325 after tax, I think it is.
Yeah.
But I mean,
if you broke it down month by month, though, it's not like it was much more Netflix. You know what I mean? It's not.
With the
it's a lot more. It's a lot more. You compare the two. It's a lot more it's a lot more for I mean, what are you gaining? I don't have dirt vision, so I'm piggyback off of you whenever you're around.
Well, if you have the yearly, I mean, you get the Knoxville Nationals, which is a big perk.
Yeah, you always go yearly if you're gonna do it.
And actually, if you do it yearly,
if you get flow, you get a. I'll help me out. We were talking about last night. Midgets.
Oh.
Oh no! Don't do that! Don't do that! That's how we'll get canceled right there. But
why can't I think of the race? It's in freaking January. Chili Bowl.
Oh, Chili Bowl.
I could not get. I don't know why.
Yeah, you about to say you get it yearly. If you get the yearly,
you get Chili Bowl with flow. So I mean, it's like one or the other. What do you want? You know which one?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna watch Chili Bowl.
That's me too. It's the beginning of the year. There ain't nothing else going on.
I know you don't really. Well, heck, you're going every year.
I mean, I used to like the Chili Bowl. I do like going to Chili Bowl, but I only like to go to see my friends. I don't even care about the racing that much anymore.
Oh, come on.
All the same people win. Every prelim night, the same guys racing the same night. They never mix it up. The same guy wins this prelim night. The same guy. Kenny McIntosh is going to win Monday night. Justin Grant's going to win Tuesday night. It's like all the same. Like, let's mix it up. If these guys have won prelim nights, put them all in one night. Let somebody else win.
Well, you've got 30 car owners. Surely one of them can put a midget together and you can go win one.
And then, and then you got Larson's going to win Saturday night if he starts in the front row. It's like, this is just, for the longest time, it became, like I've said before, when Sammy and Kevin win all the time, it was entertaining because some people booed, some people cheered. But when Larson wins, everybody's like, oh, the God, oh, this is all clap. This is, I love he won 5 in a row. This is so awesome. Like,
it's pretty awesome. It
really is awesome. No, fuck all that.
I was one of those guys. Dang, I meant to put my Larson shirt on, and I didn't. But yeah, I mean, I worry about the health of the Outlaws moving forward. They're gonna have to do something.
They need to do.
They're gonna. Well, that's what I said. They're gonna have to.
They're gonna be piggybacking off a late model.
They need these teams and drivers to want to go back. Right now, High Limit looks shinier and prettier and gets paid more,
better,
more exposure. I mean, they have a lot going for them right now.
Yep.
So, but let's see. I want to check my notes here. We were talking about Chaz, and there was something else that Chaz had said that I was wanting to bring up too, and I cannot remember what, but he said a lot. Tyler Walker. I was going to say the Tyler Walker thing. What?
It's very interesting.
Tyler just like disappeared off the face of the earth.
Well, I've heard a lot of, I guess I got caught up in the moment when he was coming back, and he was, he's only clean like 60, 70 days, and he was saying a lot of things really good, and like,
yeah,
he was saying a lot of really good things. You're like, all right, there's hope for this, blah, blah, blah. Well, like some people made some good points that he's still 60 days out, so he still has that addict mindset still, and that's what Chaz even kind of talked about. It kind of feels like in the end, that's kind of what happened. He got to bouncing from, I got, this guy's giving me something, now I'm going to bounce with the next one. Can I get me something? Can I get me something? And now he's ghosted everybody that helped him get to, even the Pennsylvania thing didn't work out with Ron Rutherford and all that stuff.
Do you think when he come back, he like expected to be better than he was? Do you think that's what
he had the attitude that he was going to be picked back, which I knew.
I kind of got
was not realistic, but it was just good. It was just
vibe. He thought he was going to come in and start smoking.
Yeah, because Chaz kind of alluded to that too. Is when the first time he come off the track, he hopped out of the car and was cussing everybody, saying these shocks suck, this motor sucks, and he hasn't raced in 15 years. Like, what do you mean? How do you even know?
Yeah,
probably wasn't running gas shocks back then, and that's when the Chaz said he was like he even talked about, he called the puppet people that did the King's Royal and was like, we need to back off because this guy is out of his mind, basically. And they made some good points. Like, he still had that addict mindset, and he was just going person to person to try to get back in a race car. I don't know what the plan was, but now he's ghosted everybody. And so that makes me think that he's back off the wagon, which I hate that because I want him to be better. But, just like the Chaz talked about, he talked about God and all these things, and he was talking about it. And Chaz was like, the person I seen, he wasn't talking about the same God that I believe in and I trust in. He's like, he wasn't talking about the same one. Because like Chaz saw it up close and personal. And, it was pretty eye-opening, the things he had to say, which, like I said, I rooted for Tyler Walker. He was a badass back in my younger days. And I want him to be better. But he come out of rehab, and he was still living off of Skid Row. He was still in the same environment, basically. And that's the first thing they'll tell you is like you can't go back into the same environment that you came out of.
Nope,
if
you gotta
you're,
leave.
You know, even like racing played a part in his addiction when he first started getting messed up, and he's trying to go back racing again. So you're still kind of going into the same environment that led to you kind of becoming a drug addict and
all those habits
and having
back.
issues.
Yeah.
And
it's sad. Well, I hope he's not going back and getting into
doesn't sound
all
good,
that, but it doesn't
doesn't
sound good if he disappeared like that. But I think he come over here and he didn't wax him like he thought he would, like the old days, you know, when he was actually fast. And I think he when reality kicked in, he checked out. You know, so
hopefully he just did that and it wasn't something else.
Yeah, I hope.
And it could legitimately be something like that where he realized he wasn't good, and you did know that if he stayed in that environment like you're talking about, maybe he was wise enough now to see like, okay, I suck now, or I'm maybe not suck, but I'm not as good as I once was. And if I stay here, I'm gonna be tempted to do all these things. So I might as well do it.
I think he got humbled, and if I know one thing,
it'd be a whole lot better than falling back off the wagon.
Yeah, well, if I know the first one thing about racing, I know is it'll freaking humble you in a minute. Absolutely, in a minute. Speaking of humbling, real quick, shots to finish out the season with sides. You know that came up, but I think it'll be so.
Retire at the end of the year, right?
I disagree. I mean, I think it'll be good for shots because him and Jason are friends, and it'll be a relaxed type of environment. So I'm very interested to see how he can run with Jason.
It'd be nice if he could get back up towards the top before he checks out.
I mean, I selfishly, I kind of wanted to see him win another race. Just out of his old ride, and just see him kind of overcome it, and then maybe check out after that.
Like move into owning a team or something. I mean, like he could be.
He could be his nieces. His nieces are trying to race.
And that's what it'll eventually end up.
Well, he could be very influential in the whole world because he knows more than he's probably forgot more than we'll ever know about sprint car racing.
Probably.
So he would be beneficial to the sport if he can't keep driving, which I hope he doesn't like just run off into the dirt. Finishing mid pack and just being done is okay, but you get below that, it's like, man, just hang it up.
I think it'll be a nice refresher to be with Jason Side's team and their buddies, and like I think
that'd be cool.
I think it'll be a nice fresh start for him. So.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope he can do good. But back to what I said. Speaking of humbling, I think Beau's gonna humble a lot of people tonight.
No, I'm not gonna.
Brad, I think Brad might even humble a few people tonight too. But I do have a question. What's up with all these dang accounts that are popping up? We got Riverside Referee, Riverside Ruts, out of like nowhere.
I'll tell you what it is.
Are you copying the real
people don't have enough balls to say what they think?
Thank you. That's exactly what I was
with their own name on it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's what the deal is. So you know what? I'm gonna lead by example. Perfect segue.
I was gonna say, are you?
I mentioned the whiteboard. I brought the whiteboard, baby.
Disclaimer: this is all Beau's.
This is Beau's idea. I do because I don't even know some of these.
I brought the whiteboard.
These are Beau's opinions.
You got it.
Read it. You are the problem.
And apparently, this is going to be a weekly segment that
I think
decided he wants to do.
Well, let me back up a little bit. If y'all saw the clip that we shared around about last week,
explain it so everybody knows what it is.
I was talking about people that just don't like. They love the rules unless the rules are applied to them. And I got to making my list this week, and it was just too long. I had too many people to talk about, and we've covered a lot of it on here anyway. And I figured the old news people already have opinions on, so we'll just let it lay. And there was so much that happened this past weekend at Riverside that I just wanted to jump off in it. So from now on, I'm probably going to bring you a weekly You Are the Problem. And if you're on the list, I'm sorry, but I think you're the problem. And you know what? It doesn't have anything to do with these guys. They can speak on your behalf. And one of the guys even mentioned if you want off the list, you're welcome to, send a little donation. We might get you off if it's enough. But
I might just have to put the thing right here. Nobody can see it.
Nobody can see it? Dang, Will. You got to hook them up. Here, let's get them a close up.
It's got to stay there long enough because we might have some people come.
How's that?
I'll hold it.
You see it real good right there? Actually, you know what? Does anybody know Dennis Shepard?
No.
Any of y'all know? I don't
No.
think. I think Dennis
he used
Shepard's
to
a
race-
nobody.
I think he used to race a stock car.
He don't even matter. We're just gonna go ahead and take him off the list.
Well, wait a
because
minute now.
There ain't nothing worth talking about.
Well, then why'd you write it down?
Because he won't get off of Facebook, man.
Oh,
He
well,
just
we've
all
got
over
another
the place.
Facebooker right there. Why don't you? Okay, so we put Will there because
I guess we should handle the easy stuff first.
Yeah, we put Will there because we didn't have internet problems. We had a computer that was dead problems,
Yeah,
and somebody didn't have the power cord hooked up.
that's it. So
correctly.
we added Will and
So we added
Sandy.
Will.
Sandy, what are you doing in the comments? Like the first thing you said on Facebook was, "That's why I don't go to Riverside anymore." Well, you're on the list now, Sandy. You need to be supporting our local track. The reason you not being there is supporting the junk. Okay, if you want off this list, you better send us a donation.
Well, okay. So my thing is what's our problem? I'm really look.
She needs to come on. She needs to come on and support. You can probably put it back up there. Everybody knows what's on it now.
I think you think
Yeah,
I can
put it
see
back up there. We can't leave Brad out.
All right, here.
We got to get Brad's reaction to some of it anyway.
We got people saying they don't own these features.
That's exactly. That's the point.
You know how many people were excited about this list, and then they're like, I don't know anybody.
Yeah, you gotta be local to Riverside. You gotta be local to Riverside to know who they are. I'll just go down the list for the rest of it. It's only got 3 left. Nikki Hetzel, what are you doing? You supporting a cheater, okay? And I'll just go right into the weeklies. Look, guys,
Hang on. You gotta.
I don't have to hang on for nothing.
I
It's
need-
my part.
I don't even know what the heck you're talking about. Who's
Well,
you
look.
supporting is cheating?
The weeklies. That's why I just
You
jumped
said you
into
have
it.
receipts. I need receipts.
No,
Like,
you ain't
people
getting
need to know.
receipts. People don't need to know Jack. They're on the list.
Then what are we doing this for?
Look,
I
the
need some
weeklies.
content. I need some sort of
They
content.
know what they know. All you got to do is get on Facebook or listen or call Clayton Allen for all
I
I
need some
care
context.
and listen to what he has. All right,
Beau,
the context.
if you're gonna
is-
call people out, we need
No.
receipts.
No,
That's
I
the
don't.
thing.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Bring me
That
some evidence.
doesn't make us any better than her.
No, bring me some evidence against it.
What are you talking
What
about?
you want me to do? Throw up all the screenshots?
Yes.
Or what particular
Look what you need
message,
to do.
what particular comment or whatever made you put them on the list? at
The
least?
reason Sandy's up here in the first place is because she was talking about that's why I don't go to
Well,
Riverside.
you got to go
There's
back.
people that don't watch this crap or don't watch our show because it's not freaking dramatic enough.
You got to go back to the beginning. The whole thing, what it started out last week was people that want the rules applied and then they don't want them applied to themselves. Nikki is a fan of one of the drivers that cheated.
Who?
The weeklies.
Oh my! This is not going like I thought it was going to, and I guarantee everybody, I was thinking the same
They're like,
thing.
what is
All right,
this?
well, look here. All I'm saying is that if you're on the list, you are the problem. So if you're on there, and the whole problem is that we've got a community of racers. Well, I guess we need to go back and talk about the problem. Because the problem is we got a whole community of racers that want to talk bad about their particular circumstance, whatever it is. And like this past weekend, the 82 car won the stock car race. Okay, well, they did it with illegal parts on the car. And they then got disqualified from the race because they couldn't pass tech. So it's not that there's a problem. Like everybody knows that if you can get away with it, nobody's going to say anything if you got away with it, right? I mean, the whole point of racing is to push the boundaries. But when you get caught, you just got to say, hey, I got caught. I'm going to go home. I'm going to change it up. We'll be back next week. And we're going to kick your butt with a fair car next week. That's how you do it. All right. But the
how
problem
did you know
is,
that she was supporting the cheater?
brother, hop on
Facebook.
Facebook.
I
Hop on
have been.
Facebook.
I don't
I know,
remember
but
seeing
that's
her
what we're
name.
saying. We
anywhere.
need to see it.
She's all on Facebook.
We need to
talking
put it
about
out there so that
about
we can
this
see
and that.
it.
Well, I'll give it to Will and he can throw it in there.
Well, I tell you what, poor Will couldn't even get the power cord up there right.
Fair enough, but I didn't send it in.
Mary's off the list.
Well, here's the deal. I didn't send it into Will beforehand because I've been running wide open.
I was
all
going to
day.
say, moving forward.
Well, then moving forward, I might do a better job at having the receipts. But all you have to do is follow Riverside on any of the socials and hop on there. You'll see it. And I didn't have time to sit there all day and look at all the comments from everything that was put on because of our 16 burner accounts that have been made about Riverside. I mean, there's comments everywhere about it.
I do agree, though. It's like the people that are making these burner accounts, and I don't know who they are. Like, look, the Not the Real Clayton Allen is funny. It's funny, but it was also original.
Yeah, it's OG.
And now you've got these burner accounts that are popping up, and it's like it's people saying something that, you know, they don't want their name out there, so they just make a burner account. You know, my thing is just freaking say it.
Yeah,
I mean, why
I'm freaking saying it.
That's what I know you are, but
So let me.
we
I mean, the people
evidence.
the people that are from
Do what?
yeah. That dude said too much on Facebook. Anyway, but to the weeklies, like I'm not hating y'all. Y'all go get your car fair, come back and win a race. I mean, y'all are good racers. You've been racing well all year. You got something that's not quite in spec.
Are you looking for?
I don't care. Like I'm cool with it. You just got caught. Go fix it. So I'm not hating on y'all's performance. I'm just saying you're part of the problem. So get your car fixed, come back, and let's see if you can put up against a fair Dylan Knight. And I mean, hey, if he's gonna put up that tech money, I'm gonna say his car's fair. So y'all get fair and come beat him if you can. I mean, come on. All right. That's all I got to say about that. I will say, Justin Howard, brother.
He's in the comments.
I know.
He's there.
Man, I didn't know anything
We need to
about
pull him up so, like, in the future, we need to pull him up so people can at least see it.
Pull up
that
the
way they know
video.
what we're talking about.
Yeah, well, Justin.
Dennis Shepard is calling.
He's calling my phone.
Dennis, I'm sorry, I don't know you, but here's Beau if you want to talk to him.
What's up, Dennis?
Lessons tonight on his tech stuff.
On his what?
On your tech stuff? Can you hear him?
Yeah.
Tech guy, can you hear?
Yeah, as long as he's
Can
up
you hear
by the
now,
mic.
tech guy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, Dennis, you're live. You come on with it. But keep it PG for us because we're trying to keep it pretty clean.
I ain't mad about nothing, man. I like Dylan, I like them all, but he don't know the whole story.
Okay, tell us.
Tech man, climb. Hey, listen, tell him to be quiet.
Y'all be quiet.
I think he's got it
I
on the
think you're talking
background.
about those guys. Yeah, make sure you don't have nothing playing in the background.
The tech man climbed under the car, took pictures of it 2 weeks ago. They said that they had one weld they had to make. They welded it. He comes back, kicks their butt by half a straightaway, and then they comes back over and says, "No, that's not legal."
Well, look, I'm just going off what I've been told, brother, and I heard that he didn't pass tech.
Well, yeah.
They didn't even measure it Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
So I had heard that. I guess I'll just give away my information that my source has given me. But I had heard
you don't
that.
have to say who the source is.
Well, I just heard that Jason Newsom looked behind the car and told him his trailing arms were in the wrong position. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, the trailing arms, but where do you put them on a 9-inch Ford?
Well, I'm not stock car savvy enough.
I'll tell you where you put them on a 9-inch Ford on a stock car is in the stock location.
They are. I mean, you tell me where the stock location is. It's in the stock location. And Jason checked the
Look.
car and said everything's good 2 weeks ago.
Mr. Dennis, I can't tell you if they're in the right place or not because I'm not looking at the car, and I wasn't there Saturday night to tech the car. That's not my job. That's the tech man's job, and he's been. I mean, the track got him on board to do his job, and I mean, whether he made a mistake or not, he still made it, and that was the call. So it is what it is.
No, that's why they're having a meeting tonight to try to clarify and get it fixed because they knew they messed up.
Well, you know, I said it a minute ago. I'll say it again. I'm a fan.
So we need to put the tech.
I'm
guy
a
on
fan
there.
of the '82 car, and I'm hoping that they get it right and they come back and kick butt. But they failed tech on Saturday, so they lost the race, and that's all I know, and that's all I can say about it.
Yeah, but it'd be like Brandon running an ASCS show they pull the head off, and the tech man don't know what to look at it.
But it's still the tech man. So that what the tech man says goes. It just is what it is.
Nathan is the tech man.
Well, we'll do some. I tell you what, we'll do some further investigation. But I figure they'll get it squared away tonight, and they'll and then that 82 car will be back, and we'll see a race.
Well, hold on. So Dennis, I also heard that maybe you have information on this as well, that they told Matthew that before he went on the track, your car is illegal. If you win, we will DQ you. Did that happen as well, or did you hear about that or anything?
No. He come around there and said that Dylan had did a visual protest, but he didn't measure nothing. He's like, he did a visual protest, but you can run tonight. And then after he wins, they DQ him.
Okay, because I had heard that he was told before he went on the track, if he won, he would be disqualified.
No.
Okay.
That's
what
what
I say. Man, they've let it get out of hand. They need to go to a set of like IMCA stock car rules. They got so
Well,
out of proportion.
Mr. Dennis, you're getting us way off of track. If we get into that, we won't leave here tonight because we can talk about it all day.
I'm entertained.
But look, we appreciate you calling in, and we're definitely like I said, we're not hating. If you're on the list, we're not a hater. We're just saying you're part of the problem.
I love it. I'm picking at them because I know I've been racing against them my whole life. I mean, I pull for Dylan, I pull for Stubbs, I pull for everybody.
Well, Mr. Dennis, next time we're out there, you need to come find us. I'd like to meet you. I didn't even know your name when I wrote it on there tonight. I just saw your comments on Facebook.
My son's gonna run in here and say, "Man, they got you on the boat."
Oh, we love it. We love it. We'll holler at you later. Thank you for the call. All right, we'll see you.
So
I think that
for the record, he did not have my number. It just popped up. You know how when they call you, it'll say possibly this name. It popped up. So I'm glad he called. I'm glad he called.
And I
Can we
mean,
put it back on the list?
you know what? He probably needs an honorary.
Well, we have the tech guy in the comments.
What's the tech guy saying?
Jason Newsom.
I DQ'd him before the race.
He's gonna go on his own to go race.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I
I mean,
heard
that's
too.
what we all heard. So, look, we could spend all night going back and forth, and everybody's going to have a he said, she said, this and that. But the tech guy's in the chat, and he says, what happened? I mean, that's what happened.
Oh.
If you ask me, the tech guy said what's happened, and that's what happened. And that's a good segue into the next guy on the list, Mr. Justin Howard. And Justin, look, we weren't even going to talk about you tonight until you happened to reach out to us. Son, I'm not going to be too hard on you. I know you're new to the racing, but it looked like you had some tunnel vision.
So
Looked like that car might have had you rattled a little bit. You were going so slow out there. You look like my grandma.
oh my goodness, that gum!
I mean,
wasn't
look.
gonna do that to him.
I am, because at some point you got to know, like, you weren't the only slow car on the track. You were just the only slow car that didn't stay in the bottom groove. Fair?
I didn't watch the whole thing, but
He
everything
went to the wall, brother.
Did he?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what I was watching, he was trying to hug the bottom.
He was
But here's-
trying.
But here's my little rant about that, and please back me up on this.
So
Okay.
he wants to hear everything.
No, you can't ask him for backup.
No,
without
because he's
giving him
too
the
quiet
argument.
sometimes.
No, I'm observing. I'm
How
listening.
many times in our races, in the 360 races, especially when a certain series comes in, of guys that ride around the bottom and they're in the way?
How often do they ride on the bottom?
How many? There's usually 3 or 4 that are sitting there just putting around the bottom in the way.
But if they're on the bottom, are they in the way?
No.
Yes, they are. There has been
They
times.
take a line.
Matter of
away.
fact,
they
there
take
was-
a line away.
Matter of fact, there was a specific race last year. You and I were fighting for third. You were third and I was fourth. And the line was through the middle and around the bottom. Like there was no top. It was hooked up
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
fast.
saying. It's situational.
Well, it is situational,
'Cause-
but there are times where if you're just sitting there putting around the bottom and you're going 20
ask
mile an
you
hour
something.
slower
If
than
you're
the rest
going
of
20
us,
mile an hour slower, even with the tight car, is there any reason to go from the bottom line to the top line? That when you've been running the bottom line,
I'm just telling you,
there ain't.
the specific groove that night was the bottom and kind of through the
I'm
middle.
just telling you, if you're going as
And-
slow as this guy was going on the video, there ain't no excuse for that car pushing up that turn.
My thing is, and I'm not
Unless he broke.
I'm not talking about Justin specifically. I'm talking as a whole. I cannot stand watching people putt around the bottom and just sit there and make lap after lap, and they're not giving any effort to try to get in the racing groove or try to improve or do anything. They're just sitting there making laps riding around the bottom. Nothing gets under my skin more than sitting there watching that. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you even here?
I am talking specifically about Justin Howard, and he was doing that, except for he didn't do
Well,
that.
he did
got
start
up the track.
He did start the videos and stuff that I've been able to find. He did start on the bottom. Then one time it kind of looked like he tried to get in the gas and like, I've never driven a late model, but it looks like it kind of got like tight and it drifted up the track. And then after that, they started kind of passing him on the bottom. And so then he stayed up on the top, making those slower laps. And then that's when
you just can't do it.
That's
Look,
when,
and I told y'all, I'm not going to hate on.
I guess maybe to segue into what he's mostly upset about is I think that's kind of what got the black flag brought out to him is the one time he pushed up into third place and then he starts kind of rolling the top. Well, then that Poppenheimer and Terry Gray are coming and it kind of squeezes Poppenheimer, and I'm pretty sure Terry Gray passes him.
Yep.
And so I think that's what led to the black flag coming out.
But you also got to, before you say that, you also got to remember Brad was flagging this guy. He was black flagging this guy for 7 laps. That's the count that came from Brad. 7 laps. This kid was getting the black flag to say, get off the track, get out of the way. It wasn't the hold your line flag. It was the you're done flag. And he stayed on track. So it's not really. I don't have a problem with him going slow around the track. I really don't even have a problem with him pushing up, even though he was going too slow to lose the car. But if you got to be paying attention to all things, and you got to stay locked in and get it. That's I'm not hating on him. He needs to get his practice.
Mike Carr passed him when they were coming to lap the Justin Howard. That's when Mike Carr and Poppenheimer were racing, and he had moved up, and that kind of squeezed the line off on Poppenheimer. And that's what I believe led to the black flagging beginning.
Well, 2 things for me is, for one, it's not a big deal to probably most people, but until you've been sitting in a car, especially in an open wheel car, and you're catching somebody around the bottom that's in the groove that you need to be in, and you're catching them at 20, 30 miles an hour faster, and you're closing in real quick, it'll flat out get your attention. And I mean, if they move even an inch up into you, I mean, and you climb a right rear, it's over. Yep. It's gonna hurt. So that's why I specifically have a problem with that. It gets on my nerves. My second thing is I've never seen anybody get black flagged for that. Have you?
Yeah, I mean, that's where it does kind of get tricky with that.
Well, it doesn't matter. Brad made the call.
He did make the call.
That's what I'm saying. He's the flagman, so ultimately he makes.
If he determines that it's a safety situation,
it says that in the rule.
Personally, I'm good with the call. Get him off the racetrack, but where's this been before?
Well, has there ever been somebody that was being as dangerous as that before?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there has been, but
plenty of times.
It just depends on.
I've watched it in every single class.
Well, it just depends.
At some point.
It just depends on your flagman and the track you're at. But I mean, we can all say that Brad has been trying to do the best job he can this year. The back half of this year specifically, seems like since he got on the podcast, he really has been trying hard to go by the book. Even a little bit. I guess that's why we got him on the podcast, because he was going by the book.
Yeah,
so
I understand. It messed up the race for a guy. Man. But I kind of have, I don't know. It's a tough one for me. Like, Brad made the call, which he's the flagman, so that's his discretion. But I don't know if I'd have made that call, because you have to learn somehow. You got to make laps somehow.
Yep,
and I would just say, if you're going to make laps, I would say the majority of the time, just run the bottom. Regardless if the track is bottom dominant, if you're off the pace, we'll be able to get around you most of the time without any issue.
Yeah.
Unless it's just a rubbered up track, that's when it gets difficult.
And there is an argument to stay. There is an argument to stay on that, because, like, you think about the late model race that happened back in July, where there was 18 cars started and 6 finished.
Facebook 30.
Yeah, Facebook 30.
The most horrendous race I've ever watched in my life.
It was terrible. But at the end of the night, the guy that finished 6th probably started 18th. I don't know where he started, but he started. He wasn't one of the front runners, and he
Yeah.
just kept that car moving
Yeah.
and stayed. I don't even know that he stayed in the bottom, but say it was this kid doing the same thing, then he makes a little bit more money at the end of the night because everybody wrecks out. Now he's got to stay out of the way though. I think that's the only problem. Justin, we busted you balls a little bit, but keep racing.
Look, he said in the messages today, we talked for a little bit, and he's like, I got to get better, you know,
Yeah,
but the
you
only way
do.
I'm going to get better is if I go racing. And that kind of is like the bad side of what we do is like there is no practice, there
That's
is no
right.
testing unless you go rent somewhere out. But even if you rent the place out, it's probably not going to be what you're not going to have race conditions. So like it's hard to, you just basically get thrown to the wolves, you know. And that's why he said he elected to start in the back of everything he did. So I mean, he approached it the right way.
He did.
So I'm not
Justin, you're part of the problem, but keep working on it, dude. You'll get better. We expect to see you winning for too long.
There are specific series, and I'll just say at USCS races though, that's what I'm talking about. Is I don't know if Brad or whoever has flags those races when they come into town, but there are 3 to 4 people, I promise you, that are sitting there just coasting around the bottom.
Yep.
And they're all.
Oh, we've all
everybody.
seen it. We've
And-
all seen it. Seems like the sprint cars do take up less space, though.
Yeah,
I will say that.
but if the track's narrow, like when it's hooked up,
if it's one
rough
lane,
and fast, and we're sitting there and it's bottom to middle, and you got 2 guys like we were trying to race each other for third, and you're catching somebody like that, I hate that. Like there was a race that he and I were racing at Lexington in the 305s years ago, and we were catching people so fast on the straightaway. I was more nervous during that race than I have been any 410 race I've ever ran.
I just wonder if that
Because
is
the
what
closing
makes
rate's so quick.
sprint car racing so good, though. Because there's all those variables in it. It's so fast, and it hits so quick. And even dirt track in general. I wonder if that's what makes it so good, is just being able to have everything.
Brad messaged
there.
me, and a lot of those sprint car races we're talking about are USCS, ASCS races, and that's
Okay.
more so their
I was
calls.
going to say, he probably doesn't flag those.
Those calls.
So that
he
does make sense.
he is the flagman, but he doesn't
Make
make
the
the
calls.
call for someone to be black flagged on that.
Well,
That would come from the tower.
I
So,
think he should step in and make that call because
I don't know. It's just
It does take an excitement
Look,
element out from
if-
the viewers, though, because
now-
we all know your closing rate.
Now the other aspect you could say is, well, if he and I are third and fourth, and you got the leaders up there, they have to go around them too. Well, that if anything, it can help us. But I don't know. The closing rate is so bad on some of these guys, though. I don't want them. I'd rather them not be out there. I'd just rather them just get off.
Yeah,
then
I
the
understand.
only problem with that is then it's never going to get fixed.
What do you mean?
They're never
We're
going to get
kicking
any
them
better.
off the track every time they're off the pace.
My
Well,
thing
then-
is if that's all you're going to do, then why are you even there? If that's what you're going to do,
to grow them things.
that, or you just living out a dream.
maybe
I used
so,
to be. I
but-
used to be that way too, but then
maybe
But they
so.
make broom
But the
series.
Closing it on
for that.
40,
the
like, I
first
start
laps
changing
I
my
ever made
mind.
in the sprint car, I watched other people. I saw what they did, and I'm like, okay, well they're hammered down through the middle, in hot laps or whatever.
That's
I'm
what-
going to do the same thing.
That's what the vroom
Well-
series is for. If you want to go slow, get you a vroom car and go out there, because none of those guys.
I don't know, dude. I watched Michael Moore tear down the fence that night. I went
That dude
over
was
there.
rolling
and
that
dude
night.
rolled it.
But the
And I
rest of
mean-
them were not rolling that night.
Yeah, I don't
There was
know.
3 cars that night that were fast.
That was pretty brutal. That was a pretty brutal.
That was a Facebook Thursday night.
By the way, the reason them 2 knuckleheads was over laughing is you've already got your first hate post already.
Let's go.
From Miss Nikki here. Apparently, read it.
You want me to read it out
She's
loud?
also not watching either.
Oh,
yeah, she's not watching. She said she's
Oh,
at dinner.
sorry, I didn't know you wanted me to read out loud.
Just read it, so everybody.
Nikki said, "Thanks for allowing me to be on the board." And we said, "Join the live and share your case." And she said that she's at dinner and she's missing all the trash that we're saying about her. And she said, "Team Weekly all the way." Let's go.
Laughed at and cried at.
Yeah, there you go. Let's go. Get that car right. Let's get them back
It's
in
not
there.
that
Come
we're.
on.
It's not that we're not cheering for Team Weekly.
This is the problem this week.
It's just
Yeah,
not a problem.
To be, I mean, we've said it once. We'll say it again. We are pro racing at Riverside. We want it to be the best show. We want it to be the best everything.
Yeah.
And when we see it from a stand, like they're in the car racers. I participate in the racing. We want it to be the best. We want people to come out and see it. We want it to be everything that we love about racing. And when we all get to trash talking Riverside because somebody made a call we don't like because we broke the rules, or maybe we didn't break the rules and they missed the call, like it doesn't help Riverside. And that's really what we're here for.
My thing about that is so anytime something happens at the racetrack, people can get on the internet and they can say whatever they want to say. But can you imagine if, say, let's use Brad McCarver for an example. If let's go with Matthew Weekly, because we're just talking about him. Say he goes in there and sticks it in the wall, and Brad gets on Facebook and is like, that Matthew Weekly ain't driving worth a damn. He sucks ass. Oh, it would be hell to pay.
That's a fact.
So like if you're gonna go on there and say anything you want to say, well then if the official gets rowdy with you, don't get upset because you brought the energy and it was just reciprocated back.
What did Clayton Allen say though when on episode 5 when we called him? What was one of the things he said? He's like, if I come into your powder coat business,
told you how much it sucked.
I tell you how much you suck and just all this, and he's like, the next week, are you going to welcome me with a cold glass of lemonade?
Yeah, I'm patting you on the back.
He's not wrong.
And yet they're preparing a track that's ready to race every weekend.
Exactly, they're still
with the trash.
And just to touch on a little bit of what Justin sent in his message, he said he didn't hear anything on the receiver, which to kind of talk about that, Brad doesn't say anything on the receiver unless a yellow comes out. And that's the way that we want it to be. You don't want to get on there and say something on the receiver that might be heard different by the leader.
What's the first thing you do when you hear somebody?
And you start thinking, what are we talking? Like, what are you talking about? You don't want to say, hey, lap car, the leaders are coming up, move down or move up, because I don't know, when you're racing, I don't want to hear nothing going on in my ears. Like, we've been to some tracks where they do that. They're like, 40, 44, 45. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to dig it, Ronnie. That's the first number popped in my head. I really wasn't. But it was 45. Hey, move over. The leaders are coming. Like, I hate when they do that. Yeah. Like, don't tell them anything. Just let us. I don't even like the blue flag. Like, just don't even let them know that we're coming. Because, for instance, we were at Talladega, and they were throwing the blue flag. That was the night we had the steering issue. And I started in the back. I'm like 13th or something, and they're throwing the blue, throwing it. And I'm like, throwing it third lap. I'm like, so we're kind of like rubbered up on the bottom a little bit. So I'm like, well, shit, let me move out of the way. So I move up, and Willingham drives underneath me. They weren't even close to me. They were straight away behind, and he just starts throwing the blue flag. Like, they're coming, but when are they coming?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like the blue flag, for one. You don't know. I like, okay, the blue, so we're running the top. Well, they don't know where I'm running at, so just let me figure that part of it out. And so that's why Brad doesn't use the blue flag over there. And Justin also said that he didn't see the black flag, which I can sort of maybe understand.
That's probably inexperience.
Because I was going to say, he hadn't raced very much at all.
I mean, not that, but like, you think about it. So you're in the car, you got this helmet on, it's a black flag, and if you look at if you're coming on down the straightaway, like, the backdrop is kind of dark, like it's darkness out in the parking lot out there, and you have a black flag waving against, sort of, the lights are way up high, and you're kind of waving against the dark background. So I could see where that would be hard to see. And Brad also did tell me that he did go down and jump on his ass, because he was just kind of like, I've been showing you this flag and you're still out here. And it was like a heat of the moment. He said he did react. He didn't like the way he reacted, and he didn't mean for it to escalate to that. But he was just like, hey, I've been waving this flag to try to get you off the track, because it's like a double-edged sword. If the lap car cost Poppenheimer the race, well, then Brad, it goes back to the flagman again. The flagman, he didn't get the lap cars out of the way. So, like, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. And, it's nobody's getting targeted on this.
We've said it 1,000 times since we started the show, is they have a no-win situation. They're always going to make somebody mad. They're always going to be the bad guys, no matter what call they make. Oh, boy.
Well, I can't hear it though.
Well, he can't hear anyway. Do we need to mute the mic for a second? Well, I mean, that's all I want to say was, like, they're in a no-win situation no matter what as it is. But I don't disagree with the call. Like I said, it's just, Oh
yeah, we're going to go there.
Y'all good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, that's all I wanted to say on it.
Yeah, I mean, and even to go back to talking about Brad and the flag stand, there's just some comments that I just wanted to kind of to talk about and discuss because like Jimmy Howard, he got on Facebook and he said that the flag guy needs to learn when to use the black flag and stop drinking on the job, which I think he was talking about when Dylan ran over Christy Kirkman, which we'll get into there in a minute. But and so then he comes down and said, you know, he said, I know y'all are big buds, but drinking and flagging shouldn't be allowed, which I don't know if he was trying to like take a dig at Brad. You know how like we say, hey, you need some glasses, even though that man may have perfect vision. Yeah. Like if he's saying, oh, he's drinking and flagging, but the way it's presented, you even reached out to me and was like, hey, was Brad drinking in the flag stand? Yeah. It's like when you make a comment like that without
some sort of who, but I was getting messages like, hey, have you heard that Brad was drinking in the flag stand? I was getting those. That's why I said when I woke up this morning, I had a bunch of texts and messages and stuff.
So, you know, it leads to that, and it's not true. Like, I've known Brad for 20 plus years. He's my best friend. Like, he doesn't drink in the flag stand. He had a beer after the races.
They always do.
And I know Justin come and said to him, that's your problem, because he was drinking a beer. And Brad was like, what do you mean drinking a beer after the races? So, like, you know, those comments may be saying, like, in jest, but it got this whole other rumor started that Brad was drinking in the flag stand. Yeah. And that goes from Facebook to gets past this person. What'd you hear? Hey, they're flagman drinks. Yeah. You know, even when you might have been trying to take a dig at him, but you know, it just got you know, blown out of proportion. And you know, I just wanted to say that he does not drink in the flag stand.
Yeah. Well, we don't hang out. Like, I don't hang out with Brad like that. You know, I know I don't know him near like you do, but like he's never come across to me as a person that would do something that stupid. And I even told Justin earlier today when we were talking, I said, if that really was the case, then yes, he should be held accountable, obviously. But until I see some evidence, some actual evidence, kind of like I told you, like I want some receipts. Because I like Chaz, but if there's one thing I want for our show is that I want people to watch us and want to listen to us and know that we're stating facts. Like, this is what we know. You know what I mean? This is our point of view, and here's why. Like, that's why I say, like, start screenshotting stuff. If you're going to be talking on Facebook from here on out, just so you know, we're going to have some albums in our phone.
We got the receipts.
It will be screenshotted, and we will post it. Drinking and flagging is right. Okay. Well, I mean, hey, if it's allowed, Brad, have at it. I mean, but the thing is that what?
Check your phone.
Check my phone. Look.
Hey, mail.
Hey, are we getting more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sandy Williamson this time.
Oh, well, Sandy, you know what?
Wrong place at the wrong time, Sandy.
Wrong place at the wrong time. You need to learn to support your local dirt track, no matter what.
Well, what I was saying though is like and I think I said it last week, every episode that we had that was super controversial, we had a ton of views. But when I have a conversation with Chase Howard, and somebody told me something today that made sense, it's like, you know, people have a bad habit of not wanting to support each other. Like, they don't want to see Chase Howard do good. They're like, oh, I'm the guy around here, that should be me. And so they don't want to help her. They don't want to support her. They don't want to talk good about it. They don't want to, you know, help her. They don't want to do anything to support it. And so that makes sense. But every time somebody gets on here, we have arguments or we talk crap or whatever, we're sitting here talking about drama, guess what? The views go up. Happens every time. You know, and that goes back to what I'm saying. I don't want to be some clown show, but, you know, but drama sells.
Well, just because we don't have the receipts on deck tonight does not mean that we do not have the receipts. I'm telling you, I'm locked in. You want to come at me?
Wow.
Hit me in the DMs. I'll provide the receipts. All right.
I mean, I think the stuff, like, especially the talking about the drinking and the flag stand, like, that's something we have to address. I agree. You can't let that.
That's completely different.
You can't let that just be going on, being spread around, and it's something that's not true. You know, like I said, that may not have been the point he was. You know, it might have been just trying to make a dig at it.
And I like that Dennis called, because and we got his point of view, and then we've got Jason in the comments. So, like, we can shut stuff down right here, right now. This can be our come to Jesus meeting.
That's the point.
I'm glad he called.
That's the point of you are the problem, is so that you don't have to be the problem anymore. And I mean, Will, one of our own, is on the list. So
yeah, we had to put.
Yeah, nobody's safe.
nobody's safe.
If it's one of us,
If it's one of us, if it's me and I deserve to go up there, I'll go
going
up
on
there
the
too.
list. If it's me, I expect to be on the list, even
Yeah.
though it's my list. Y'all feel free to add a name
Yeah.
if you need to.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, we'll put you up there for not having all the receipts
I've got
ready,
them.
ready to go.
No, I've got them ready to go.
I know,
I'm not
but
going
we
to
need
defend
to
myself
show
on
them.
I'm not
But
gonna
we
defend
need to show
myself on
them.
here.
Well,
All you got to do is be a fan of Riverside. If you're a fan of Riverside, I mean, if it's something that doesn't happen at Riverside that everybody's not talking about, I will have it ready to go and presented. But if it's at Riverside, you need to be locked in on Riverside.
well.
International Speedway, West Memphis, Arkansas.
My thing is, coming back to the drama though, is why would anybody want to go over there and watch if the races are bland and nothing's happening?
Well, the races are not bland.
I know, but I'm saying is like nothing's happening in the
Yep.
pits, nobody's saying nothing. Just imagine if we all showed up, no emotion, no nothing. We just ran the race, nothing crazy happened. Would anybody ever want to go watch?
Probably
No,
not.
she
So-
took her message off.
So my thing is Sandy, to me, you are kind of being the problem. Quit dogging the place.
That's right.
Let people come watch
And that is one
because
thing.
they like the chaos.
That is one thing. Like the weeklies, Justin, Nikki, they're all going back to the track. They're all, I mean, they're going to be back. Every one of the weeklies crowd that's all riled up because he got DQ'd, they'll be there Saturday to watch him race a fair car.
Yeah.
I mean, and yeah, they may talk some trash and this and that and get into it with night racing and all this could blow up on the track, but they're going to put it back on the track. And that's one thing, like, that's where you are the problem, Sandy, is because you can't, just because it's some drama and it's some junk, I mean, you don't have to partake in it, but you
Yeah,
know,
just
you still,
watch.
yeah, you still can go watch, you still can support the track, because you withdrawing your support and then talking negatively about the track
Drives people away.
withdraws other people from the track, and I mean, it just snowballs from there, and that's not what we want. We want to keep our local dirt track and make it better as best as it can be.
So one of the points of having this podcast is so that we can help Riverside grow.
Yep.
That's kind of the point.
Because we don't want it to go nowhere.
And we want people like you to sit down, shut up, and don't say nothing about it. Quit dogging the place.
Yeah, even if you don't like it,
It's a great place to watch racing. Things happen.
Yep.
People love it.
Yep. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah,
Spectators
you may
aren't
not,
perfect.
You may not love it.
And the racers aren't
But-
perfect. We got example of like two examples of that tonight. So
Yeah.
I mean, it just everybody's imperfect. Deal with it. Suck it up. Quit being the problem.
Yeah.
Let's address that.
What is it? I can't read
Y'all
that.
wrong for dogging new drivers trying to support a track. People have to learn somewhere, and y'all are doing nothing but running people off. So wrong on so many levels. Call out the problems.
Well, Justin was a problem this past weekend, so you know you can have your opinion, and we were pretty clear. We want Justin back.
Yeah.
We want him to keep
I
on
say,
coming out
we're
and getting
not-
that practice in, but he's also got to know, like, that's why Brad busted him, not this Brad, but Brad McCarver busted him down in the infield, is because he's got to be watching for that black flag, even though it's hard to see. He's got to know what's going on and be aware of his surroundings. The only way to do that is to practice, but he's got to practice within the boundaries that he has to practice. It's going to be safe for everybody on track. So, yeah, we busted his balls a little bit, but we want him to be back. We want him to come on.
I am team bullying to a degree. Like, I mean,
Just Howard said we won't be back.
Well,
he said they won't be back.
Yeah, he said we won't be back.
He laughed. He's being sarcastic. But I mean, bullying to a degree though, it wakes people up, makes them want to do better. You know what I mean? You know,
I take a different approach because maybe I was that way 10 years or so ago.
so about what our age in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like now that I've gotten older, like the guys, people that are coming up and are starting new, like I try to go make a point to talk to them or ask them what they're feeling. Like, do you need any advice? Do you need any setup advice? Which, I mean, I'm not saying his dad has raced. They've been around racing forever. And
Oh boy.
Riverside Rut said Brandon looks like a jelly bean.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's like I don't know. I try to take the time now to
Jelly
go
bean.
around and talk to those guys or ask
Is
them,
that my nickname?
what are you feeling? Do you need any advice or do you want any advice? Like I then now that's my mindset. It's like I guess for me now that I basically, you know, I don't have the extra funds to put my own race team together, and I'm blessed enough to be able to have people to hire me. I admire what people are able to do, even if their car is way low budget. Like they're able to put their money together, come out there and race. And so, hey, if you're going to try to learn, my only thing is I would just run the bottom no matter what. Even if the groove is on the bottom, if you're off the pace, we'll be able to run through the middle and get around you quick enough. So like now the position I'm in, I admire anybody that can put a car together, go out there and race. And so if you're up 10 miles, if you're 20 miles an hour off the pace, like, okay, like, I mean, I punted a guy trying to lap him this weekend. Like, I didn't feel bad about it, but he was out there racing, giving it his all, and he was just in the groove, and I had to go. So, you know, but I respect the little operation he built, and I was able to come race. So, like, I try to go make contact with those guys now and talk to them, and do you need any advice? Like, do you want any advice? And so, like, that's my approach I take with it now.
And it really does come back down to that. If you can stay out there and safely lap, you know, there's no telling who's going to wreck out and it's going to raise your pay money, you know, your race money at the end of the night. So I'm not against it either. I think stay out there, get your laps in, just do it safe and be aware. Like, just when you see the leaders coming around you, that's not the time to try and push your car harder when you don't know what the car is going to do or this and that.
My problem, though, is being a 9th place car and lapping the same person 3 times. That's my problem.
Well, I mean, hey,
I'm saying, you got
whoever wrecks out, that's still going to get
a 25-lap feature nonetheless.
That's still going to get their money up at the end of the night. So you
still 25 laps and 9th place lapped you 3 times.
I'm not a hater.
Like, get off. That's just I'm sorry. I'm not on the same page. It drives me.
Brandon's scared. He's just scared he's going to get wrecked. He's scared he's going to get wrecked.
And I like the fact that Riverside Ruts wants to call me a jelly bean, but don't have the balls to come out and say it with your own.
Don't even know who you are.
Yeah, we don't even know who you are, so that's irrelevant. So, I don't know. I just... Do what?
The jelly bean is funny.
The jelly bean is funny.
Oh, that about covers it for me. Y'all got anything else?
Honestly, I'm going to have to go back and look through all the comments because it's a ton. Hey, Nikki did get in.
Good. Nikki, we appreciate you getting in, and we appreciate your contribution to Riverside. Bring it back. Keep talking.
Yeah. Hey, we want everybody to go. We want everybody to enjoy it, and we want to help the place grow.
That's right.
And look, I'm all for constructive criticism. I'm all, you know, I'll take it as well. You know, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. But I'm also really glad. I don't know how Dennis got my number, but it's not like I'm putting that out there. But I'm glad he called. You know, I'm glad we could have that conversation. And you know, hey, maybe we should get like a phone number for the show. I don't know how we'd even do that. How would we?
Dude, if we do call-ins, that's going to be so terrible.
I was going to say, I would be all for doing call-ins. And
Brandon's going to host a solo show on Tuesday nights.
No. Nope. Nope.
I'll be able to. I'll sit beside you.
No, sitting solo is just awkward to me.
Brandon and Will, Tuesday night.
No.
Call-in show.
That sounds awful. But anyway.
That's why you look like a jelly bean.
Dang.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. We've covered everything tonight.
I guess. To
the end and back.
I will say, I brought protection because I thought that Dylan was going to show it with a paintball gun. He threatened us today that if we put him on the board, or if you put him on the board, that...
Well, as far as I know, Dylan didn't break any rules. Now, he might be part of the problem. We got to investigate some more of these comments that's been sent my way today. But he didn't break any rules on Saturday night. And that's kind of where the problem started. So,
well,
but
I was told...
We'll see, Dylan. You better watch out.
I was told, though, that he would be sneaking through the woods and coming over here because he doesn't live far from here, and that he would be bringing a paintball
Nobody's
gun.
safe.
Yeah,
Nobody's safe unless you want to send in that. You know, we do offer protection plans, so donations are welcome.
Yeah, we are definitely taking donations up.
Yourself off the list.
Yeah, you got to buy yourself off the list. So, like, I guess we got to leave everybody up till they even will. Dylan's in the comments. What'd he say? Oh, he just said LOL. Okay. All right. Well, we need to wrap it up, I guess. This was fun.
Yep.
This is going to be a segment every week now.
Every week.
Every single week.
And it's my opinion. If it's wrong, hey, let me know.
If it's wrong,
let me know. Let me know.
Look, Brennan Cummins is calling, but we're trying to close up.
We're out. Sorry, Brennan.
Yeah. You should have been quicker.